Hello everyone, welcome to our vlog Cattle and Travel. This is the last day of our Kuala Lumpur trip, in fact the last day of the entire Singapore plus Malaysia solo trip that I had embarked on. It was an amazing trip overall, but obviously the last day is not as happy because you don't want to go back at the end of it. Overall, it was a great relaxing day. We took it slowly. Me and Amit spent a lot of quality time and then took our flight back home. So let's start. Just wrapped up our sunrise viewpoint. We came to this Sangsui viewpoint in Chatgong, Tunus. I know I'm pronouncing it completely wrong, so we'll write it down for you. It's a great viewpoint if you want to look at the skyline of Kuala Lumpur. Whether you go to Petronas Twin Towers observation deck or KL Towers observation deck or sky deck, you still get to see the other two buildings and not that building itself. This is a viewpoint which is built at a height. It's just outside the mayor's building, mayor's residence, the mayor of Kuala Lumpur. Just outside his or her residence is this entire skyline view of Kuala Lumpur, where you see all the three prominent buildings of Kuala Lumpur: the Twin Towers, the KL Tower, and the new building Mederka 118 that has come. Forest Park or the Bilkit Nanas Ecological Park right now. It is a big dense forest built right in the middle of the city, right beside the KL Tower. So it's an interesting concept. We thought we'll cover it up earlier in the morning before the sun gets too harsh on us. Let's see. So there's a tea booth, there are forest trees, there is Minara KL Tower this way. Cover it. The price is a bit steep at 40 ringgits per head. So for a forest or a natural park, but that's for foreigners. For locals it's just 10 ringgits. We are on the canopy walk of KL Eco Forest. It's a shorter length overall from the sky bridges that we've done in Singapore and other parts of the world, but it is pretty much a nice touch because this is in the middle of the city, right besides the KL Tower. This canopy walk is a 200-meter aerial bridge suspended 21 meters above the ground, and it provides wonderful views of trees and experiences of nature close up. So we just completed our canopy walk here in the Eco Park of Kuala Lumpur. It is a dense, nice forest that has been developed out here in the middle of the city. We now have a last activity of sorts left for Kuala Lumpur, that is the walk around the Kuala Lumpur Tower. So we did the sky deck yesterday, but since the weather wasn't really so good for this walk, we didn't do it yesterday, so we have come back today for that. Our tickets allowed. We have 2 tickets for the tower walk. KL Tower Walk 100, as it is known, provides an opportunity for thrill seekers. It allows participants to walk on a transparent glass platform at about 100 feet above the vibrant streets of Kuala Lumpur. There's an entire safety harness provided, so it's a pretty safe environment. Luckily, we were able to do that today because the weather was better. We couldn't do that yesterday. First, they had us fill the forms, which allowed us to accept any risk that would have happened. That's common with any adventure sports that happen around the world. They fitted us with the harness. It was a pretty courteous service overall, so we did obviously appreciate the effort they were putting in. They were careful, meticulous. It was a proper gear. Generally, you have issues in terms of old or used ones, but this was all pretty good. And then they set us up with the harness at the walking platform. The views were definitely amazing around with all the tall buildings and the gardens and the bustling streets around. It was definitely something worth doing if you have enough time in Kuala Lumpur. We are about 100 meters above the ground level on a cantilevered beam around the KL Towers. This is called the TW Skywalk. This is 100 meters above the ground. After the tower walk, we went to Mederka Square area, which was quick walk from our hotel itself. There are a number of Indian shops for daily routines out there. So it's a good place if you want to just pick some souvenirs or everything. We also did our lunch there at one of the South Indian restaurant, which was something we were now craving for after all this long trip. It's been almost 15 days. If I combined both Singapore and Malaysia's stay of this solo trip. So we had a good lunch, had a good banter between me and Amit over all things under the sky. The staff was also curious there about the GoPros and action tools being live, so they came and talked about it. But overall, a good feeling to end the trip and move to the airport after this. We checked out from the hotel after that and then started our journey to airport. So finally, we are in our cab heading to Kuala Lumpur International Airport, wrapping up this 12-day trip to Singapore and Malaysia. It was a wonderful journey, and we'll share all about this through videos and vlogs and our blogs as well. And we'll add enough information for you so that if you're planning a trip, we'll add specific videos that would help you plan your trips. But for now, we are saying bye bye to Malaysia, bye bye to Kuala Lumpur. So we finally arrived at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, the Terminal 1, the old terminal of the international airport here in Kuala Lumpur. There are two terminals. These are like 2 or 3 kilometers apart, so you may want to plan accordingly. Most of the flights fly through Terminal 1, but Air Asia has kind of exclusive operations from Terminal 2 or KLIA 2 as it's popularly known as. So you may want to check on which terminal your flight is departing from. First, we headed straight to the check-in counters of the airline. We were again flying Singapore Airlines back to Delhi via Singapore. The experience was as one would expect, pretty smooth. They were courteous. They would help us out as in any way. So it was a good check-in experience. Interestingly, this terminal is kind of weird because it's connected by an airside bus service between the two parts of terminal itself. So it's not a continuous terminal or congruous body. So if you've got certain specific gates, you go to a particular point, board that bus. That bus takes you to another part of that overall terminal, where you then move to the gates towards. So it's kind of cumbersome, probably time taking as well. At that point, obviously, bus service was pretty smooth and they were coming one after another. So we didn't kill time, but still. Kuala Lumpur's second terminal is pretty easy. My brother is boarding a flight right now from there, and it's been smooth process for him. It took him 20 minutes at max from check-in to reaching gates. KLIA 1 is probably a bit more tougher. There was a long immigration line. Similar stuff. So let's take the buses to gate C1 to C37.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We just checked into a flight for Delhi going back home after a wonderful visit for last 12 days. It's been a long trip out from home, so really excited to be back home. They've given us obviously the boarding passes until New Delhi, so which includes both our leg from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore and Singapore to New Delhi. Luggage would obviously be checked in until New Delhi, so we don't have to worry about luggage. Let's explore the airport. We do have a few hours. like Kuala Lumpur, even Singapore's Terminal 3 had the gate security, so we had security right before boarding. We just cleared security, and this is how the buffer zone for boarding looks like. You wait here until the boarding actually begins. They just announced starting of boarding with business class passengers. We obviously are the backbenchers as always, so we'll get a chance later. But for now, wrapping up this awesome visit to Singapore and Malaysia, 12 days of extreme fun, excursion activities and experience. With this boarding, we'll wrap this trip, call it a day until the next destination and new experiences. We'll call it wraps for now. Keep watching, do like our videos and subscribe the channel if you've not yet done so. Cattle and Travel is what we are on all social media, so if you want to reach out to us for a banter, we're more than happy to. Bye.
Morning. The other side, please. Good morning. Welcome aboard. Is that a camera?
Yeah.
Me only?
No, it's just the experience. You look great on camera for sure. Yes.
Okay. This way down, sir.
Thank you so much.